Hey guys. So, for a lot of you, you are going through this phase when you are checking the monster within. And if you haven't checked the monster within, you need to check the monster within. What's the monster within? That monster is defensiveness, combativeness, always wanting to fight, always wanting to argue, push and pull, self sabotaging, always wanting to cut people off, your way or the highway control issues type of situation that's going on. Um, you know, and that's something that needs to be looked at and checked at as well. When you're going through your text message or, you're writing, inboxing, DMing, whatever, another person and they ask a simple question and you instantly want to pop off or you instantly get defensive and you instantly want to tell them to go shove it and stuff like that. You really need to introspect, pull back, and figure out why you feel the way that you do in that moment. Most of the time it's because, like I said, we can have control issues. Most of the time it could be, we're so used to um fighting, always have to be defensive, always have to prove a point, always have to protect ourselves, that we're not giving the opposite person a chance to express themselves, or you're not listening, which can be that too. You're not listening and allowing yourself to see how you are acting from the other person's perspective, from the other person's point of view. So even like myself, I can, see sometimes that somebody might ask me a question and I instantly probably want to pop off and stuff like that. And I have to pull myself back and say, why do I want to pop off on this person? Like, they ask me a question, obviously they feel a certain type of way, but let me pull myself, instead of saying like, let me pull myself back and, not be, not come off bitchy or mean or pop offish and stuff like that and very defensive and masculine. Let me put myself back and let me introspect and let me really rationalize the situation and see and understand where that other person is coming from. Because, if you're making somebody feel the type of way, like if you're not giving them any attention, if you're always popping off on them, always belittling them, always making them feel like shit, always making them feel like, they ain't nobody and stuff like that, you're coming off very masculine, um very, I'ma fight you tooth and nail, very controlling, and in a way that can become, very narcissistic, and people can see it as toxic. It could just be like, well, you're very toxic, this is what you do, I don't want to argue, I don't want to come, be combative with you all the time, and it's like, it's always that. So make sure that you're checking that monster within, because that means that is something there that you really need to see. And oftentimes it's always because you don't allow yourself to ask the necessary questions. Like when somebody asks you a certain question, instead of you saying, what do you mean about that, like explain that a little bit more, because I really don't understand what you're talking about, and giving them the opportunity to express themselves, you are coming off as, I don't want to hear what you say because what you're saying is wrong, leave me alone, I'm gonna cut you off, I'm never gonna talk to you again. Very self-sabotaging, and all that person want is some attention from you because they find you interesting, right? They find you, they find you as someone who's worth their time talking and investing in and hanging out and going out with. But they're not going to want you after you done popped off on them and told them to go shove it up their ass and stuff like that. Like, they not going, it's like you done cursed this person out, and now you sitting back there and you questioning yourself, like, why is this person not talking to me? Like, what did I do? After the fact, you're questioning, what did you do? Why this person feel the way that they felt, when you should have just took it in the first place and say, hey, elaborate on that a little bit more. Sometimes you have to allow yourself to, explain your side of the situation to somebody. Like recently, I had a guy who, I've talked to for off and on, for like, I want to say 2 3 years, and we was talking all day yesterday, and then last night, I have a thing where I just stop writing people, right? Like, I just go into my little mode and I don't say, hey, I'm gonna talk to you later, nothing like that, right? I just simply just stop writing them. And You have to understand, just imagine you kicking it with somebody, y'all chilling, y'all talking, y'all texting, y'all having a good old time and stuff like that, and all of a sudden the communication stop, and it's like, what's happening? You gotta understand that, from their point of view, from their perspective, it's like, what's happened? Like, they don't know if you're okay, they don't know if something happened to you, they don't know if you lost interest, they don't know if you're busy, like, they don't know anything because you didn't, you don't leave it open, you don't, tell them. So, with me, it's like, what happened? Like I said, some of y'all can be in the same boat too. The same thing. It's like, what happened, and we really got to get into a habit of letting people know, like, hey, I'm a, take a little me time, and I'm gonna write you back, or hey, I'm about to go into resting, and I'm gonna write you back, or, hey, I'm finna be busy for a little bit, I'm gonna write you back. And stuff like that. Just giving them a little heads up so they're not left out, unsure, not knowing what to do, where you at, and then they're writing you, and then now you're annoyed because you feel like they're blowing you up. Like, oh, this person just keeps writing me, they keep blowing me up. Yeah, because they don't know what's going on, and they're trying to figure out what you're doing, and are you okay and stuff like that. So it's not like they're blowing you up to be annoying. It's like they're trying to figure out what it is. Like, what it is, what's going on. Like, should they leave you alone? Should they write you back at a later time? But because, you're so snappy, you're like, what do you want? Why you keep writing me? And, all this other stuff. So, you know, um, and even me, when he wrote me and he was just like, oh, you're ghosting me again, I instantly wanted to pop off and be like, because I know me, and I know sometimes I can have a slick ass mouth, and I can be very pop offish, but I had to pull myself back and say, you know what do you mean? Elaborate. Tell me what was going on. And then he expressed his feelings, and I was just like, well, I don't live in my inbox all day, every day. Like, I don't live in my inbox. Like, I don't. Like, and he was like, like, I understand, but a little leeway, a little heads up before you just completely stop talking would have been nice and stuff like that. So it's definitely just making ourselves a little bit more clear, communicating clearly and effectively with somebody, because that could easily make somebody feel rejected. That could easily make somebody feel, abandoned, pushed away, denied, and stuff like that. And, karma has a way of recycling and coming the fuck back around. And then next thing you know, you going to be interested in somebody, and then they're going to do the same shit that you did to that person to you. And then, it's like, why not just, kill the cycle? It's like, kill the cycle and learn to approach things from different ways. And even if it's somebody that you used to talk to, like an old friend or family member, or somebody that you used to date in the past, and y'all don't have bad blood between y'all. But if you feel like people from the past are continuously coming to you with old energy of what you used to do, then you have to put your foot down and say, this is not it. We not talking about what I used to do or what we had back then. Like, this is, it's completely new now. So if you're not coming to me with brand new energy, then I need you to keep your ass in the past. Point blank, period. Like, if you're not going to approach me with brand new energy, then keep your ass in the past. There's no need for you and I to reconnect, to talk, or anything like that. Like, you got to set that boundary with people as well. Because some people, they'll be like, oh, remember when? Oh, you changed now? Oh, wow, that's crazy, because you used to, that's not now. Okay, past tense. I'm in the present. So if you're not going to bring your ass into the present, then stay your ass in the past. Like, that's just what it is. Times like that, I feel like you could pop the fuck off, because sometimes people really be trying. People really be trying. But when it comes to, like, friends and family, and even people that's trying to get to know you, it's okay to become, softer, and not being so masculine and defensive and very, king of swords, and I'm just gonna cut your head off and stuff like that. Like, I'm just gonna tear you down and stuff like that. Like, learn to take a step back and assess assess the situation. I'm talking so fast. And assess the situation and really get to see that person's point of view and how they're feeling due to it, because every action has a reaction. And it was crazy because yesterday, as I was pulling cards for myself, I definitely pulled actions and reactions and communicate clearly. So a lot of us is in that boat. Like I said, this can apply to any part of life. This could be at your job, the way you communicate with your coworkers, your managers, your uppers, or even if you're like a manager, this is the way that you communicate with your workers and stuff like that, and the people you oversee. This could be with your family members. If you are very, defensive and put off, and and all this, you have this energy of defensiveness whenever you speak or when people speak to you. Pull yourself back and ask why you are that way. Why are you so defensive towards these people who's, just trying to talk to you, trying to get to know you? Granted, everybody is not it. Some people you gotta pop the fuck off on, but some people you can clearly just be super, you can open up and relax because they're not here to hurt you or anything like that. They just want to get to know you. So, this is something that I seen, you know, recently, like an hour ago maybe, like in myself, and I'm like, I know I'm not the only person that's going through this. Like, so I'm just saying, if you're in this energy, apply this to any part of your life. But if you're in this energy of always wanting to be combative and pop the hell off on people and not giving, people a fair chance and a fair shot, and allowing yourself to see the other person's point of view and all that other stuff, then you got some work to do on yourself, because you got to figure out why you like this and how you're going to get yourself out of this. And it's pretty easy. Ask questions, pull yourself back. Don't be so quick to pop the hell off on people. Not everybody deserves to pop off. Certain people, yeah, go ahead, but not everybody genuinely deserves to pop off. So, that's just something that I wanted to say, because I feel like, the collective is really, it's really going through a transformation. It's really going through like this awakening, this stepping into newness, and really shedding a lot of old energy, old ways of being, old mindsets and stuff like that. Just really shedding a lot. So I want to inspire y'all and motivate y'all to keep working and keep doing it, and to keep reflecting and looking at yourself in the situations that's around you and the situations that you put yourself in, and notice, how people move and stuff like that. Sometimes we could cling on to certain people or certain things that's, they just not on our level. Like, they're not on our level. They're not good for us. So never lower yourself down. And if people see you as self-indulgent, if people see you as obsessed with yourself, then they need to look at themselves and say, I'm not gonna say that you probably not obsessed with yourself, because if it's something about you that you know that you love about yourself, baby, flaunt it. If it's your hair, your eyes, your lips, your butt, your waist, your legs, your feet, your fingers, your dimples, baby, flaunt that, because that's a part of you and you love yourself, which is a part of your own self-love regimen. But don't allow people to make you feel like you loving yourself is toxic. No, they're toxic, okay? They're toxic. And they don't want you to love yourself because they don't have no self love for themselves. You know what I'm saying? They want you to put all that love you have for yourself on them, onto something else that has nothing to do with you in the first place, okay? But all I'm saying is, make sure y'all really do some self reflective, work today. And really just dive deep into who you are and how you come across to, people, and the energy you put out. And, like I said, karma always has a way of coming back and, showing us our own hand and slapping us in the face ourselves. So definitely get some work done. Look into yourself, and, you know we gotta make the change. We gotta make it happen. Okay, baby, it's time for you. It's time for us to get on. We gotta get on from these energies. Okay, we gotta get on from these energies. Okay, so that's the message that I got for y'all today. Be sure. I'm about to say be shared. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and I'll chat with you guys later.